15 years down the road, Oyo Nyimba is no more the toddler king who could clutch onto the royal garment of his mother in an official ceremony. He has grown into a tall and confident king.
I've been ready since the day I was crowned, so yeah, I think it shouldn't be a problem for me.
It is these young people that Oyo wants to get close to when he finally runs his affairs.
I think education is a very important thing, especially for the youth. You know, with that we can ensure that Toro has a bright future.
Mountain expedition. As we embark on this premiere of the King Oyo Rwenzori mountain documentary, let us be ever mindful of our responsibility to protect and preserve our environment through reasonable tourism promotion, vibrant conservation initiatives, and unbridled sincere government support in which we can create a sustainable future for Toro Kingdom, Uganda, and the entire world.
To emphasize that culture is not static. It is alive, dynamic, and youthful.
In his remarks, Omukama Oyo implored the young generation to embrace their cultural heritage, blending it with innovation and entrepreneurship.
African youth are not only the leaders of tomorrow, but innovators, creators, and change makers.
Well, may his soul rest in eternal peace. A dark cloud hovers over Toro Kingdom, but may the good Lord strengthen them. And this morning I have a person who, despite not being from that kingdom, loved so much Omukama of Toro. He's with me in studios, and even before I introduce the topic of the day, let me introduce my guest this morning, Dr. Lawrence Muganga, the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University. Doctor, I can't say good morning, but I will for the sake of language.
Robert, it's a bad day. Bad day for this world, for our country, the Kingdom of Toro, and certainly the family of His Majesty the King. It is sad for us to be deprived of such a life. For a young person whose life is dedicated to beautifying the lives of others. So that means to him life, it was not his. He was living a selfless life to try to empower his people. But I take solace in the fact that he understood God very, very well. And he did not fear any contradiction when it came to speaking about his Lord. He, in one of his testimonies, conversations, he kept on saying that, I may not say it exactly the way he said it, but he said that Toro is led by the King of Kings. And he was referring to God. And he looked at God as also his boss. So if the Lord we believe in is still Lord, still the God, I am happy that he's receiving another angel to be with him, but also to send him back to oversee spiritually the people of the kingdom of Toro. We empathize with the family, with our Toro. We sympathize with them. We send our prayers. We are hurting together, but we have to believe that God is always going to remain God. And He's in the right place. He has served us all, Batoro or Nani Batoro, diligently. And all of us, it's the path we have to take. We just don't know the day, right? It saddens, of course, it pains, it hurts, it aches to see one of your own, a young leader who has been living a selfless life to just go like that. But in God we trust, we believe that He's in the right place, and it was God's plan. But we need to really, really keep praying for the kingdom of Toro, for the family of King Oyo. There's not so much anything that can take away that pain. It's not there.
It's not there.
No. But God to ease how they feel, to lift that darkness that is hovering. He used a very good word, like hovering over the entire kingdom and the family, to brighten their hearts and celebrate a life of an amazing and incredible king. Yeah, may his soul rest in peace.
Indeed, what a great loss. And we hope that the Lord may strengthen, but of course also UBC TV will be giving you more updates regarding the burial and all that you need to know following the death of Omukama. Now, Professor, in one of the clips we played, he talked about the future of Africa's youth as innovators, you know, and I want us to start with that. Our topic this morning is how can university education produce youth that are ready for the job market in the 21st century? Because if you look at Uganda's education, it's been changing. No, times have been changing. The question is, has the education been changing? If you remember when the missionaries came to Uganda, the education system and what they were teaching people were those that are going to help them in administration. Over time, things have changed, but I'm not the expert in education. I have the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University, Dr. Rollins. Now, Doctor, what should university education look like in this day and age?
Let me begin by saying that we are all experts in different spheres of life. If you ask me to become a journalist, I don't think I can do so much. Our colleague who is always behind the camera, and he tells me, hey, Doctor, yours is this one. Those things I have no clue about them. So everyone is an expert. But anyway, speaking about education, how do we really nurture graduates that are relevant to the times we are in, Robert? That requires us to understand what is even this environment we are in, the day and time we are in, and then appreciate that things and the time those things are happening, those things keep changing. Okay? And time also, as time changes, what happens within that time space or space of time also they change. The trouble or the problem is when we choose to get stuck with things that ought to have changed in a different time. And that's where we are right now. We are still thinking that, let me use a common example that everyone understands. If you have a grandfather, for example, Unfortunately, I've never seen my grandfather or grandmother. But to those who have them, say you are as old as myself, but you want your grandfather to look like, or to appear like the time when he gave birth to your father. And you think that he's like that, like he's as young as that time in 2026. All right? So, do you realize that is unreal?
An impossibility.
Yes, yeah, and very, very impossible. So that's how we are living. We are still thinking that education as crafted, say 150 years ago, should still solve the problem
of
today. The great philosophers, when they sat down, and the only means of creating knowledge was to sit somewhere on some fireplace or in a hall. The first university, Bologna, like in Italy, they could simply sit down. It is still there. Sit down and you talk. Okay? As you talk, whoever really advanced nice ideas created more knowledge, and they are the great philosophers we are talking about, the Socrates, the Aristotles, the Platos. And we still think, and we are holding on tight to what they said that time as something that is great that we must implement today. Now, did these people ever envisage that communication may actually not necessarily require us sitting together? That there's a time there will be Zoom, there's a time there will be Google Meet, there's a time there will be a phone, there's a time there will be a computer. They didn't have a clue. Okay? So they lived in a different time, faced different problems, crafted different solutions to avert those problems over that particular time. So we cannot uplift those solutions to solve the problems of the 21st century and 2026 to be in particular, to be very, very particular. So therefore, what do we do? Now, I want to tell fellow Ugandans tuning in this morning that truthfully, higher education, majority of it that is being provided to your sons and daughters, and even you yourselves, the adults already who are going back to school to empower yourselves with more skills, it is not what we ought to have in this day and age. We have to transform it upside down.
And how are we doing the upside down?
Because someone was asking me a very, very interesting question. And they asked me, they said, but Dr. Mganga, is reading still important? Yeah? Remember how we used to read?
To read, yes.
Read. And we were pushed to read to be able to gather as much knowledge as possible.
Yes.
But now someone is asking a question, and they are valid to ask that question. Is it still important for someone to bury themselves in books, to read one book, second book, third book, fourth book? Is it important? The answer is for us, all of us to decide, because today we have tools that will answer every question you have. You don't have to read somewhere. You ask the question. It will read for you, and it will give you a concise answer without the irrelevancy of going to Masaka and you first go to Gulu until you find your way back to Masaka. All right? Imagine you're going to Masaka, then you head to Mukono, then you go to Jinja, wherever you go, then you even leave, you come back somewhere, you end up in Gulu, then come back to. That is how we used to do it. But right now, you ask the question and you get a ring-fenced answer without the irrelevancies and inconsistencies you're looking for. So that means while you used to waste 20 hours trying to understand an issue, now you use 10 minutes to understand the issue. So that makes the country better off. Now, if you save 9 hours and 50 minutes, someone else saves 9 hours and 50 minutes, I save the same. What do we do with that time? We also do other productive work. And I'm not saying that reading is bad. No. You can read, it's important. But there are tools that will make you better. Reading is great. So now, I can also add that, and let me even add something else. That if you go back to where we are coming from, Robert and viewers, every technology that has been invented, you can look at all the technologies in the agriculture sector, the tractors, you name all, you can name all those equipment, the equipment, the engine, the steam engine, every internet, for example, electricity, like all those technologies were created, or when they were discovered or invented, they were supposed to actually, they are going to need our help. Sometimes to make them better, and they also make us
better,
powerful. They were meant to make us powerful, to give us more power as the human race. Electricity gave us light, it can do all sorts of things, it gave us power. All the technology and equipment invented in agriculture made us powerful. If you're a subsistence farmer now, you're a commercial whatever farmer, and the productivity is high and you are even richer. You understand? So it made us powerful. But now, think about it now. The car. The car was invented, manufactured to make us powerful. Now we can arrive in a particular place in the shortest time possible. But now, think about the technology we are facing today, artificial intelligence. Okay? Artificial intelligence is a different monster. It is actually invented and nurtured, but it is making itself powerful. Not the human being. Itself is it's becoming powerful. It's an agent who thinks on their own, who creates its own knowledge, that advances it, that does things on their own, becomes creative, can invent, can have a discussion with fellow agents, doesn't need us because it only needs to inform us. So that technology is totally different. It has differentiated itself from other technologies that were meant to make us powerful. This one is making itself powerful and making us inferior every day. Now, having said that, and everything else I alluded to, where is it in education that we are doing, higher education to be specific, that we are doing to counter or to adapt this kind of technology to make us powerful, like other technologies used to be? So what we are doing, this technology is going this way, and we are going this side. The convergence, no one is looking at that. And if we don't strive to converge, to try to make this technology really succumb to what we need, then we are going to be totally left behind. And that is what is going on within the higher education. The graduates we have in most universities, in Uganda or beyond. It's not an issue of Uganda alone. Most universities in so many countries in the African continent, we are educating our people to work in economies that are not going to exist by 2030. So therefore, if we want a graduate that is going to enjoy 2030, if the parent, the guardian, the sponsor is going to have the feeling that the money I spent educating this person, I can see value, I can see return on investment. If you want that, and if you're a professor and you want to be proud of yourself every time you really drive or walk on a particular street to see the people you nurtured impacting society, then all of us, government, parents, guardians, sponsors, academicians, the community, we have to approach education differently. And we have to infuse, it's not a request for these students to do what I'm about to say. We have to infuse technology in their day-to-day learning, especially how to use it, how to adapt it to solve the problems, because that's the new era of education, that's the new economy, that's the new life. If we don't do that, then...
Now, Professor, this reminds me, Victoria University is a university. And today our topic is university education in the 21st century, what it takes to produce graduates fit for purpose and employable. That is in the era of AI. Now, recently I saw you have, I think, October to November intake at Victoria University, meaning most students are coming to be admitted at Victoria University. Now, you're talking of education, that what we have, and we've not factored in AI. Government is doing so much, by the way. I saw plans to develop an AI policy. Now, many talks you go to, many conferences you go to, they will talk about AI, at least mention it. They may not go into the details and all that, because sometimes they look at it as something of the future.
But you remember how we struggled talking about AI and no one cared about even the word itself?
People would not really understand it.
I am so happy that left, right, center, even anyone who knows nothing about anything, it has come to their living rooms, to their phones, and we are talking about AI. And that's how things start. And I'm excited, and I'm grateful to all of you Ugandans. You keep talking about artificial intelligence because it is the only help we need.
Now I want to take Victoria University has a case study here, because I have you and you're a Vice Chancellor. How are you addressing this monster that many are scared of? Yet it has begun. Recently I was wearing some security cameras and I brought in some technician. They told me, here, now these ones, where you got them from? I got them from one of my good friends, like, I have you, Professor. They broke in, stole my property. So I was discussing with him, saying, no, I'm going to China. I'll bring you cameras. Now I get a technician. He tells me one of the programs they're using, we don't have it. This, installing it, until he told me, let me send you somebody else. And when the young man came, just told me, download this, do this, QR code, this, that, and they were connected. I could see, even by just here, I could tell what is happening. But the other one was saying, this particular brand. Now, this one told me, somera. So
now, you have answered the questions you were asking.
Now, how are you, Victoria University, avoiding to bring such?
Thank you, Robert. So, you talked about the October, November intake. But also I need to appreciate Ugandans. Prior to that, we had the July intake. Ugandans, you have sent us your students. You've sent us students in huge numbers. And thank you for loving Victoria University.
And how do you do it? Sorry to interject.
Yes.
You have a very small area. I'm sorry to say that. in my mind of the university, some of us went to big buildings, big halls.
Ivory Towers.
And now for you, when you look at the number of students you have, when I look at the building, I'm sorry, don't talk offense, Professor. Like, how do this match? I look at the number of students, the space, I remain in...
And you are not alone. There are so many people who get lost in trying to really make sense out of... We see a small building called Victoria Tower down there, and they think that is Victoria University. Basically, that's where I sit, and a few administrators. Now, we have very, very big premises downtown, if you go to Market Street, which can actually, that property can seat about 12,000 students on a single day, if they showed up at once. And carries all the labs, could be health science, pharmacy, nursing, midwifery, computer, all those labs, you find them there. So it's a big entity itself there. But now, that's not the issue. What the issue is, actually, we do not encourage our students to sit in classrooms. No. Now, and that's what you're talking about today. So we do not encourage our students to really sit in classrooms. We only ask them that in a week, please, just be in our classrooms, only 15 to 16 hours in a week. So out of, say, depending on how you really stretch your week, out of 40 hours, out of 70 hours, please only give us 15. The rest of the hours, find a workplace where you're going to be placed to work. Then we can monitor what you do in alignment with what you study. Because what you study, and let your viewers or our viewers here mark this, what we study in a classroom, we only use 2% in our real lives. 98% we never get to use. But the experience, the exposure, the interactions, the networks I will have in the real job setting, the understanding of the politics at work, the real deadlines required, and if you don't meet the deadline, what it can destroy, all that is what you need in real life. The people you meet, those are the connections you need. The experience you get, that's the work experience they are looking for. So we want, why we need our students in the classrooms to consume theory only 15 hours and go into practice and practicals. We call that work integrated learning. We call it cooperative education. We'll call it learning by doing. Stay in the labor market. Get that exposure. Get connections. Get networks. Understanding the dynamics of work. When you graduate, suppose you are supposed to stay with us 3 years, others 4, depending on which program. At least you are graduating with 3 years of experience, or minimum 2.5 years of experience with a job or about to get one. So that is Victoria University. So basically, the era of having hectares and hectares of land, and you are simply imprisoning these students to Monday to Friday or even Saturday, and you call that learning, those era, that era is dead and gone. It is actually destroying productivity that you would have fetched. Just imagine sitting 20,000 students in the classroom Monday to Friday. Do you know the productivity you are depriving this country? They're supposed to be. So
when one joins, say, the October, November intake, the moment they join Victoria University, you find placement for them.
So what happens in the first trimester, we subject them to some training or job training, how to behave when you are at the workplace. Okay, there are so many things. How do you dress? How do you address people? Like prepare them for interviews, and I mean, like bring them up to speed. How the world of work looks like. You don't want them to go and shame you. Like they are busy talking to you, but meanwhile they have
earpads
and earpiece in whatever. They have them in their ears and they are talking to their supervisor. Okay, that is very impolite, unprofessional. So you have to first orient them. So trimester 1, trimester 2. Now trimester 3, every student of Victoria University must be placed somewhere working. Okay? So they come in October, November. The trimester 1 will end in March. Then they go somewhere in May, there about June. The second one ends. Now, July, after July, August, there. They start going to the workplace while they are also studying their 15 hours. So by the time they finish 3 years or 4 years, they have 2.5 years or 3 years of work experience. Now tell me any other graduate in this country from any other university who graduates with 2 years experience.
They just have internship
of 2 months. Of which internship they go there, supervisors make, now they have gotten their office assistants to make them tea, to photocopy papers, to deliver things, but no real work. You understand? So that's not what we want.
Then how do you bring in the AI?
Now you see how you talked about your camera people, technicians. The next time don't suffer. Yeah, just call me, I'll send you students. They understand latest technology, whichever application they have to use, latest gadgets, and they will help you. So how do I bring in AI? So now, having said that I was thanking Ugandans for sending us like a massive number of students. And we really commit to you that we will do our very best working with you and government and others, different stakeholders, friends of Victoria University, to make sure that we give these students the best education that is meaningful and relevant and practical that they deserve. So, but having said that, I want to repeat this because I say it every time I talk to my students and their parents or guardians, that much as we need students to come to Victoria University, we don't want to be the one place that actually deprives someone's child of opportunities of living a decent life in the future. We can only accept these students if they are also willing to do what we are asking for. And what we are asking for, fellow Ugandans and everyone else interested in Victoria University, is that this student coming to us must bring a gadget, must bring a laptop, must have either a laptop or a tablet. Why? Because all the learning is digitized. Even the teachers must bring the laptop or the tablet, because all the teaching is digitized. So the era of a book and a pen, those are dead, because those skills, no one needs them. So you still have students in high school or where who will need books and pens. Give those to them. But the student you want to bring to Victoria University must have a laptop or a tablet. That's when they are going to get meaningful education. So when they come to us, like I said, learning, digitized on a computer. Assessment,
computer,
including the exam, computer. When it comes to the library, is on a computer. It is there. There's also the physical library, the books and everything. But you want to empower this student. When they are at work, they still have their books to refer to read.
Yes, because they're within.
Yes, you can move with your book in your pocket. And then we also develop different AI assistants, tutors, that they ask every question they want. So on their phone, they have the tutor 24/7 in the pocket. Okay? So, and we don't stop there. We go ahead and say, okay, in every curriculum at Victoria University, every curriculum, you can name it. Everything you are studying, including nursing, pharmacy, you name it, you must study artificial intelligence.
As a module?
As a module. A matter of fact, like every trimester, there is a module. So if we have, say, 3 programs, a 3-year program, and that's say 9 trimesters, that means you're going to study 9 modules related to using AI. So why? We want you to graduate when you are a graduate of the times we live in. You are solving problems. AI is easing your work. You are becoming a superstar on your job. You are leading without leading. In other words, you have a boss, you have a supervisor, but you are the one who is thinking for them. That's the graduate this country needs. You look at a problem while others are looking for hammers and pangas. For you telling them, no. Actually, a mere needle can solve this problem because you have the technology and means to fix that. So yes, so that's what we are trying to do at Victoria University, to prepare these people to be ready to do their job on day one when you recruit them. And I'm grateful to different companies that I'm not going to name here. You will say I'm advertising for them. But so many companies that keep on appreciating us for the graduates we have sent to them. They are really, really mesmerized, like very, very amazed by what our students are actually doing.
Now, Professor, this will bring me to ask, doesn't this make the problem, because Victoria is a private university, of education being very expensive, which already is to many Ugandans, and almost unaffordable?
Now, let me tell you one thing. There's always something we say, the fear of the unknown. But when someone breaks down something you're fearing, you get to understand that actually there was nothing for me to fear. So this is what we are doing. Every time you digitize something,
you save.
Now, you've digitized teaching. That means the teacher doesn't have to move around with pamphlets and books and everything. Everything is now digital. And the beauty with that is that when it is digital, you only need one copy. Okay? And you can push it everywhere. So it means when you need to update it, it becomes easier because you're just buying one. You're not going to buy a sea of books. Okay, so you save. Number 2. Remember how we used to do exams? And you sit in front of an answer sheet and a pen, and so they have to go to a printing press somewhere, and they print tons and tons of answer sheets. Now, that booklet may cost like 3,000 Ugandan shillings. Now, if you're running 20,000 exams a semester, 20,000, exams for 20,000 people a semester, those are 20,000 booklets. 3,000 times 20,000. Now, just that. Now, for us, the exam is on your computer, sit, do it. Digitize, saved. Money saved. You understand? The books, the pamphlets and materials you are supposed to print for students, they have them. As convenient as possible. On their phone, on their laptop, or tablet, they move with them wherever they are, 24/7. They don't have to wait until they line up at the library, and then the librarian tells them, no, we are closing at 5, we are going home till tomorrow. No, you have everything. So you have opportunities to learn 24/7. Again, if you're not printing those things, you're making savings. What do you do with such savings? Number 1, you make tuition affordable. And that makes us, Victoria University, the most affordable university in this country of ours.
Chartered?
Chartered university of ours. I mean, here in Uganda, the most affordable chartered university. You can look around. Number two, the savings, you buy more smart boards. We call them smart boards.
I saw those things there.
Yes, others now, you go somewhere, you find them, they are still having their chalkboards and chalk and teachers. By the time teachers...
We have one there.
Aha, that's the smart board. You see that? Now, you will find that in every classroom of all classrooms we have at Victoria University. So you must have, they are all smart classrooms. So
now just imagine coming from a university, let me just crack a simple joke. We presenters use, of course, that chatbot. Now, just imagine coming from a university where it's not, and you're given a job, and you have to work on it. Of course, cameras can't get it there, but something we use when we are doing our work here. So if you went to a university that has it, you don't have to first go through the training again.
You find like, now, I mean, there are different institutions in this country. Interestingly, you find that they're still having chalkboards. And a teacher, lecturer comes with a pack of chalk. While they are also right there, they clean themselves up. Chalk has become, then they have flu, they have everything. And then those who graduate from a blackboard, they go to a whiteboard with markers. All right, you find markers, and they try to also bring some liquid spray and remove that. No, a smart board can give you a blackboard. Okay, can give you a whiteboard. You can choose even the appearance of what you write becomes really amazing. But the beauty is not just having a smartphone. No, the beauty of it is as simple as this, that the students who don't even want to show up, okay, now they can, your class can be broadcasted to wherever they are on their gadgets. So whatever you do, the mathematics you're cracking on the board there, they have it. Okay, the class is, the entire class is recorded. They can go back to it to confirm what they studied. So it's not, you know, these messages they send people view once. It's not a view once affair. No, you can go back to the recording and really go through the class.
What was the lecturer saying?
Yes,
here? And how did the lecturer do this?
Clarify things. All right? And then the teacher, you don't have to wake up and say, oh, my laptop died. No. Your information login, go in there, find all your materials, push it to students, all right? So, and if you're having groups of students discussing, a smartboard will bring all those groups and you'll see them, you will interact with them, you will talk to them, they raise their hand. It's an interactive classroom. But students can be really tuning in from all over the world. So, a blackboard cannot give you that. But anyway, then you find that even in the process, you have a professional teacher who is, or lecturer, or senior lecturer, or professor, who is really speaks a technology language, because right now they are getting that experience. We've been having problems when we recruit, we advertise to recruit teaching staff, and when they come from different universities, my goodness, they struggle to use a laptop, they struggle to use that smartboard, and we have to orient them 3 times a month to bring them up to speed. Sometimes I find it very hard to hire, they should forgive me, older people, professors from different universities. Why? Because they are static and very hard to change. And you're going to struggle with them. So I stay away from them sometimes. Unless someone is really willing to put in the work to update themselves, to bring themselves forward. So, because these young people need dynamic people who will give them a sense of dynamism to be able to apply themselves in this real world. This real world is digitized. And the workplace is digitized. So you can't bring your chalkboard, your blackboard, your pen, your book. No, it's not working. People want experience, want exposure, want connections, want digital fluency, AI fluency. If you can't give them that, because that's where they need to be, that's the demand is like that. If you can't bring that, don't come to Victoria University. Yeah, so we want a graduate that is ready to work on day one. An employer should not spend money for training. Okay, what used to happen here, a new employee must go and be trained. No, we want, and we are creating a graduate who is going to go actually train.
Professor, I can't believe the way time is flying. Yeah. We must come to an end of this. Let me just give you a minute for your parting shot.
Yeah, I really, really thank you, Robert, and UBC management. My good friend on camera.
Brother Ratoro. Patrick.
Yes, Patrick. He has always been there for us. Thank you very, very much. I really, again, want to really empathize and really send my sympathy words to the entire kingdom of Toro. We are sorry for your loss, and we grieve with you. I wish there's so much we can do, but we are only human beings. We are not God, but we know that the God we serve will stand with you, will uphold you, will take away the darkness that is hovering over you right now, and the brighter day will come again. We continue praying for His Majesty the King, such that really God grants him eternal life, and those he leaves behind, we are also praying that God strengthens them, because they are now in the toughest moment of their lives. They need our prayers, so we send our thoughts and prayers, and for God to be with you during this time. So, fellow Ugandans, my name is Dr. Lawrence Muganga. I am from Victoria University, the Vice Chancellor. We thank you for sending us all the students you send, and I'm happy to inform you that we have the October-November intake. Please, let's work together, send your students to us. Let's work together and try to make them as productive as possible for themselves, for their families, for the community, and importantly, the country, by nurturing them to fit in the times we are in. But also, most importantly, 2030, the future, 2030, 2040, where our planning horizon, we all want to see a $500 billion economy. We want to see the tenfold growth strategy happen. That can only be driven by a human capital that is well empowered and trained. And that's what we are trying to do at Victoria University.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Lawrence Muganga. And of course, our viewer, thank you for being with us. We continue to pray for the Toro Kingdom and all Ugandans, because this is a very trying moment. And more so, immediately, the Queen Mother, and of course the sister, that only Christ can intervene and can be their redress at such a time. See you next week, God willing. Have the best of your day. Good morning.
Down the road, Oyo Nyimba is no more the toddler king who could clutch onto the royal garment of his mother in an official ceremony. He has grown into a tall and confident king.
I've been ready since the day I was crowned, so I think it shouldn't be a problem for me.
It is these young people that Oyo wants to get close to when he finally runs his affairs.
I think education is a very important thing, especially for the youth. You know, with that we can ensure that Toro has a bright future.
The mountain expedition. As we embark on this premiere of the King Oyo Renzori mountain documentary, let us be ever mindful of our responsibility to protect and preserve our environment through reasonable tourism promotion, vibrant conservation initiatives, and unbridled sincere government support in which we can create